Have you ever stopped to wonder what's truly holding you back from the life you dream of? What if I told you that the greatest barrier isn't out there? It's what you repeat to yourself in your own mind.
What if I told you you could shatter that barrier, not with magic, but by training your mind the way the ancient Stoics once did? You'd probably laugh. Maybe roll your eyes and think I'm crazy. But stay with me for a moment. I'm not
talking about flying or teleporting. Not those kinds of impossible. I'm talking about the things your own mind tells you that you can't do. The things it convinces you are too big, too far, or just not for you. And yet, all of them are possible, and you hold the power to make them happen. My friend, the biggest obstacle between you and your goals isn't your natural ability. It's not the grade you got on some test. It's your mind. That's where the invisible chains are. And here's the truth. Those chains, they're not real. They're lies. Self-imposed limits. And today, I'm going to show you how to break them mercilessly. No more of this nonsense that failure is inevitable. No more believing success is for the chosen few. In this video, you'll learn how to train your mind to break through fear, smash your limits, and achieve any goal you choose. Because the Stoics knew something most people still ignore. The real battle is always fought in the mind. So let me ask you, are you ready to unlock the power that's always been inside you? More importantly, do you have the courage to unleash it? Stay with me till the end, because by then, you won't just be thinking differently. You'll be someone entirely new. But before we dive in, I want to tell you a story, one that proves success doesn't come from luck or talent. It's forged in the mind. This is the story of Darius, a young architect in ancient Greece, who discovered that the biggest obstacle to greatness wasn't the world around him, it was the world within. The story of Darius was just one example, a reminder that every limit begins within. And now let's imagine something powerful. Everything you've ever wanted in life is on the other side of a closed door. There's no lock, no secret code, you just need to dare to push it open. But here's the real problem. Most people don't
even try to turn the handle because they believe they don't deserve to go through. That's the mind's biggest trick. We convince ourselves that some dreams are too big,
that only the gifted few are allowed to have them. But think about it. Have you ever seen a child doubt their own imagination? They don't ask if they can, they just create what they want in their minds. And that's the key. You don't need to be a genius to make your dreams real. You just need to believe in them enough to act on them. As Robin Sharma said, everything is created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. Think about the greatest inventors and artists. Before they built anything, they first saw it. In their minds, Leonardo da Vinci sketched helicopters long before they were possible. Edison imagined the light bulb before it ever lit up. Isn't that incredible? So inspiring. And yet, it's not random, because the Stoics knew this centuries ago. Seneca said it best. Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling. Do you get it? Your destiny is simply the result of the limits you choose to accept or break. Let's get practical now. This isn't just fluffy philosophy. Neuroscience has proven something remarkable. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. One study had two groups. One physically practiced piano while the other only imagined it. The result? Both groups' brains changed almost identically. That's the power of thought. What you think shapes your brain as much as what you do. So if you keep saying, "I can't," you're training your mind to fail before even trying. How do you apply this? Step 1, visualization. This isn't daydreaming. Each day, close your eyes and picture your goal in detail. What are you doing when you achieve it? How does it feel? What does your environment look like? The more vivid the image, the stronger the impact. Step 2, change your inner dialogue. Epictetus said, "It's not events that disturb us, but how we interpret them." And that includes how you interpret yourself. Don't say, "I'm bad at this." Say, "I'm getting better every day, and I will succeed." Step 3, the final key, act as if you're already the person you want to become. Don't wait to feel ready. Want to be a writer? Write. An athlete? Train. Your brain will follow the actions you repeat. My friend, believe me, everything you want is within reach. But first, you must see it within yourself. You don't need the world's permission. Just the belief that you can, and the courage to begin. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Not because it's magic, but because that's how your mind works. Now, are you ready to reprogram your mind from the inside out? We've talked about imagining success, reprogramming your mind and acting like your best self. But what if you're still held back by your past or your circumstances? Think of Epictetus. He was born a slave. Can you imagine how easy it would
have been for him to believe that he'd never amount to anything? And yet he didn't. He changed his perception of himself. He couldn't control the world outside, but he could control his own thoughts.
He educated himself, strengthened his mind, and became one of the most influential philosophers of all time. If he could do that in a world where fate seemed sealed from birth, then what excuse do we have? I realized my fear of public speaking
wasn't because I lacked skill, and it was because I had unknowingly programmed my mind to fail. It was a painful truth,
but also an empowering one. Because if I could tear myself down, that meant I could also lift myself up. Here's what helped me reprogram my mind. Catch the thought before it catches you. Every time I heard myself say, "I can't," I paused. I asked, "Is this a fact or just a fear?" Most of the time, it was just a mental habit I had repeated for years. Do the opposite of what fear tells you to do. If your mind says, "Avoid this, it's scary," do it anyway. Fear doesn't fade with time. It disappears through action. Remember what Epictetus taught. It's not events that affect us. It's how we interpret them. If you fail, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means you're learning. If you train your mind to support you instead of sabotage you, everything will change, because it's not reality that limits you. It's the story you keep telling yourself about reality. The Stoics knew this long ago. We are not slaves to our thoughts, we are their masters. So now the question is, will you let your mind run the show, or will you program it to lead you exactly where you want to go? In the last part, we explored how to master your thoughts, but now you need to understand this. Success doesn't come from luck, it comes from preparation. Some believe that those who achieve greatness were just in the right place at the right time. That life simply smiled on them. But here's the truth. Success isn't magic. It's not a lottery. It's the result of consistent preparation, usually invisible to the world. The Stoics had a clear view of life. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how prepared you are to face it. Marcus Aurelius wrote each morning about the obstacles he might face. He visualized them: failure, criticism, difficulty. So when hardship arrived, he was already prepared. That's what led him to success, not luck. Seneca said it plainly: luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. To the Stoics, luck was just an excuse used by those who didn't prepare. The one who trains, who repeats, who stays disciplined, doesn't need luck. He is already set for success. There was once a young man with a dream so big, others thought it was impossible. He wanted to be the best in his field. He had no talent, no connections, no financial support. But he had one thing, an obsession with getting better every day. While others slept, he studied. While others rested, he practiced. He lost, failed, was rejected, but never stopped. And when his moment finally came, there was no magic, only a man who had prepared for it for years. That man was Kobe Bryant. He woke up at 4 a.m. to train before anyone else. He didn't become a legend because of talent. He became one because he did what others wouldn't. When someone asked his secret, he replied, "Secret? There is no secret. I just prepare more than anyone else." Now think about yourself. If the opportunity you've been waiting for showed up today, would you be ready to take it? Or would you hide behind excuses like, "I'm not ready. It's not the right time. Others are just luckier"? The truth is this. What we call luck is simply accumulated preparation. Want to prepare like a Stoic? Focus on these 3 pillars. Train your mind before life tests you. Don't wait for hardship. Anticipate it. Prepare for it. Just like Marcus Aurelius did every morning. Improve daily, even when no one's watching. No one saw Kobe shooting thousands of baskets
At dawn,
No one saw the Stoics journaling alone in silence. The real work happens in the shadows. Own the control you have. You can't choose when an opportunity arrives, but you can be ready when it does. And when that moment comes, it won't be
luck. It will be the reward for years of unseen effort. Success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect moment.
It comes to those who act even when they don't feel ready. Now that we understand success isn't luck but long-term preparation, here's another powerful truth. No one has ever gone far without failing many times. Think back to how you learned to walk. You fell hundreds of times before you took your first steady step. But you didn't stop, because at that time you didn't even know what failure was. You only knew one thing: you had to try again. The human brain is designed to adapt. Neuroscience has proven that when we fail, our neural pathways strengthen. Each mistake literally teaches your brain a better way to succeed. Failure doesn't make you weaker, it makes you smarter and more capable. So if your brain already understands this, why don't you? The only way to get good at anything is to fail enough times until you find the right approach. That's why you must stop avoiding failure and start learning from it. When something doesn't go as planned, try again with a new strategy. Start seeing failure not as punishment, but as a milestone on your way forward. And most importantly, don't take failure personally. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It only means you're still becoming. So go ahead, dare to try. Don't live fearing the fall. Start building the strength to handle it. Now I want you to commit. Will you keep treating failure as a curse, or will you finally start using it to your advantage? Tell us in the comments, what failure are you afraid
of? What step will you take today to face it? Write, "Failure is my teacher." Make that your commitment.
We'll read your comments and we'll walk this journey together with you. Previously, we learned that failure is your teacher. Now it's time to go even deeper. Your mind, when trained, can evolve beyond what you ever imagined. The Stoics didn't have neuroscience like we do today, but they already understood something essential. The mind can be trained to endure pain, overcome fear, and rise above any obstacle. Epictetus said it best. If someone hands you a closed book and tells you it's useless, would you believe it without opening it? Then why do you do the same with yourself? Have you ever seen the movie Limitless? If you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, here's a quick summary. The protagonist is a failed writer who finds a miracle pill. When he takes it, his brain operates at 100% capacity. He recalls everything he's ever read, processes data at lightning speed, and becomes unstoppable. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the point. You don't need a pill to unlock your potential. Even though the movie is fiction, its message is real. Most people live their entire lives using just a fraction of their true mental capacity. Not because they lack intelligence, but because they've accepted limits that aren't real. Limits placed by themselves, or by family, culture, society, or media. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes powerful. The Stoics didn't believe in magic. They believed in the power of the mind and will. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Your mind can be your greatest tool or your worst enemy. If you believe you can't, you won't. But if you believe it's possible, you'll make it so. Because the mind focuses on whatever you train it to believe. So when you remove mental barriers, everything shifts. No, I'm not talking about daydreams. I'm talking about real action, real training, real belief. Every time you think, "I can't," challenge it, can't you? Or have you never truly tried? Are you bad at it, or have you just not practiced enough? Do something difficult every day. Get out of your routine. Do things that once scared you. If your mind gets used to discomfort, it becomes resilient. Surround yourself with inspiration. If you only listen to people who give up, your mind will mimic them. Change your environment, and you'll change your thoughts. There's no magic pill in real life. But there's something better. The certainty that you can train your mind to break every limit. So now I ask, will you keep living behind imaginary walls? Or will you finally start unlocking the potential within? The choice is yours. In the last section, we reminded ourselves the perfect moment doesn't exist. You'll die waiting for it. Now it's time to ask better questions. Don't ask, "What if I fail?" Ask, "What if it works?" Your mind will follow whatever direction you point it in. If you focus on fear, you'll hesitate. But if you focus on possibility, you'll move forward. Turn every problem into a stepping stone. Each obstacle is just an opportunity in disguise. If one road is blocked, find another and take it now. Stop overthinking. Stop planning endlessly. Take one step today, just one, and tomorrow take another. Now be honest with yourself. Are you still burying yourself in your own doubt? Or are you ready to shake off the dirt and rise from the bottom of the well? Because the biggest obstacle in your path isn't what's happening to you. It's the dramatic story you've been telling yourself about it. And now, I ask you for a simple commitment. Write in the comments, "Today, I stop putting stones in my own path." That way, I'll know you're ready to take the first step. In the last part, we learned that one small change today could unlock an entirely different future. But what happens if you keep doing the same thing over and over? Picture yourself in
a maze. You walk the same corridor again and again, hoping to find the exit.
But each time, you end up at the same dead end. Does it make sense to keep walking the same path? Of course not. The only way out is to change direction, to take a turn you've never tried before, to activate your mind, to try something new, and to challenge the pattern. And this applies to every area of life. If you're stuck in a repetitive loop, here are a few clues to help you break out. Change your environment. If you keep surrounding yourself with the same influences, you'll keep repeating the same behaviors. Place yourself in situations that push you. Do what makes you uncomfortable. If it scares you or makes you uneasy, that's probably the very thing you need to do. And once again, the secret lies in one word: action. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Just one small, new action today can begin building a future you've never imagined. Let me tell you something from personal experience. Few things in life feel as rewarding as daring to try. Just trying is already a victory. If you succeed, you grow. If you don't, you still win, because you gain a lesson that brings you closer to success. So let me ask you, will you keep walking in circles inside that maze of frustration? Or will you finally choose a different path? You've come a long way, training your mind, breaking your limits, and stepping into your power. Now it's time to uncover the final piece, the ultimate quality that separates those who succeed from those who fall behind. Consistency is the ultimate weapon. You've seen it before. Someone with talent, intelligence, and brilliant ideas, who never really got anywhere. People who started strong, full of energy, with a crystal clear vision, only to quit halfway. Because in the end, it's not the smartest or most talented who win. It's the ones who keep going when everyone else gives up. Consistency is what turns dreams into reality. It's what allows you to break through your limits again and again. People think failure means something went wrong, but no. Real failure is stopping, falling down, making mistakes, struggling. Those aren't failures. Quitting is. Think about it. If you start working out today, you won't see results in a week. If you begin learning a new language, you won't be fluent in a month. But if you keep going for a year, 2 years, 5 years, where will you be? Even more important, where could you be today if you had started 5 years ago? Darren Hardy, in The Compound Effect, said, "It's not what you do once in a while that changes your life, it's what you do consistently." Small daily actions create massive results over time. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, adds, "Success doesn't come from sudden sparks of genius. It comes from focused effort, repeated daily." And who were the true masters of consistency? The Stoics. They didn't need productivity hacks or motivation playlists. They understood one truth. Success lives in discipline, in repetition. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, didn't build his mindset by chance. He trained it every morning. He wrote, reflected, adjusted for decades. He believed your repeated actions define your character. So if you want to change your life, start by changing what you do each day. Imagine planting a seed every day. At first, nothing happens. But if you keep watering it, giving it light, one day, without realizing, you'll have a tree. But if you quit too soon, you'll never know how tall it could have grown. So remember, commit to improving just 1% each day. You don't need big leaps. Tiny, steady steps create unstoppable force. Ditch the all-or-nothing mindset. One missed day doesn't ruin your progress. Quitting does. Build systems, not just goals. Don't just say, "I want success." Ask, "What do I need to repeat daily to get there?" Everything you want is on the other side of consistent action, not luck. Burn that into your mind and no dream will be out of reach. Each day is a new opportunity to prove who you are, not by talent, not by luck, but by showing up and putting in the work. That's the real difference between dreamers and doers. And today, you chose to be a doer. If you've made it this far, leave a comment.
I train my mind every day.
That's how I'll know you're one of the true Stoic warriors who saw this through to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like the video so you never miss what's coming next. And click the playlist on screen. It's filled with ideas, stories, and strategies to help you navigate life with clarity and courage. Until next time, take care and keep living like a true Stoic.